Atiquer Rahman. Today's host is me, and welcome to our show 30 Minutes with Atiq and Shakir. And now we will, in this episode of our today's podcast, we will discussing about how to be energetic 24/7. And our today's guest is Mr. Naim Shakir. Hello, Naim Shakir. How are you?
Yes, hello, assalamu alaikum, and good morning, everyone. Let
Okay,
me introduce myself first. I
okay,
am Naim
sure.
Shakir, a final year medical student at Sheribang Medical College, and about myself, I love to travel a lot, and also I am a lot into productivity and healthy living. That is why I think that I should share some of my knowledge with other people to make their lives easier. And also in this process, I will also be a more wise person, inshallah.
Okay, thank you, Naim Shakir. Uh,
Yes, you are
before
very welcome.
before starting the podcast, I want to share the background story. So
Sure, it will be helpful.
yes, uh, you know that Naim Shakir is a very good friend of me. Uh, Above the friend, he is also my mentor and also my teacher. I am a very good student of him. So, so in the
That's
last
literally
in last few months, I am trying to be more productive. I studying too many books, watching videos on productivity. They told me to wake up in the morning, doing pomodoros on keeping the notes, using some apps. So all things are good, but you know that so be more productive. There is a barrier all time you will face. That's the energy problem.
yes,
It's too much tough that wake up at the early in the morning, then be energetic the whole day. You know that if you wake up at 4 or 5 a.m., okay, your eyes are, you know that sleepy, but
yes, yes,
it's too tough to be energetic. Okay, so it's the first thing before the productivity. You must be energetic. So for my
yes,
issues, I am going to my mentor, Mr. Naim Shakir. Say, hey man, I am in a big trouble that I am not uh, uh, give so much energy or feeling doesn't feeling energetic the whole day. So give me some suggestion. So Naim Shakir gave me some very much tremendous suggestions, and that helps me a lot. So in that situation, actually encourages me that why should we not spreading these techniques, these scientific techniques to all of our audiences. So so for that reason, we starting our podcast session that 30 minutes with Shakir and Atik. So
yes,
Shakir, can we start? That
yes. We could
first
we
question
could
is
dive right in. Yes,
yes, the first question that for the productivity. So you must be, wake up in the morning, but you know that wake up in the morning that every person feeling sleepy. So can you give us some suggestion that like how we wake up in the morning and feeling so much energetic? Please go ahead.
yes, sure. Actually, waking up in the morning, it is a controversial topic, and there are lots of people who have different kinds of opinion, and also based on the daily routines of people, they can be broadly divided into two categories. For example, the early birds and the night owls. So there are a lot of debates whether an early bird is more productive or a night owl is more productive. So let's get above the debate because both of them are correct. Okay, both of them might be actually useful practically. But what I am going to give you today, the idea about actually getting energy 24/7. That is a very versatile idea, I think. It can be used in many other ways, and you can actually hack it in your own way. You can design around it, and this should be actually a base on which you can design your day. You can design your daily routine, and I think that with a bit more actually adjustment and personalization, it will be a great way to get things done for you, inshallah.
So Shakir, so first of all, that we can divide it the suggestion for the early birds and the night owls. So
Yes, yes, sure.
you can
Yes,
start with the
actually, yes.
early birds.
Okay, actually, these things are actually same for both the early birds and night owls. No
Okay.
problem, because our body normally works the same way. Maybe for the early birds, it starts a few hours early and ends a few hours late. And for the night owls, the schedule is just there is only difference of few hours, but everything. Our the main three things that I think are the pillar of having energy throughout the day. These things are on the level of priority or importance in descending order. The first and most important thing is sleep, having a great night's sleep. And the second thing, it is diet, healthy energy providing diet. And the third thing, last but not the least, obviously, is exercise or movement. Okay. So I think that these three things play a close role, have a close relationship with each other, and play a very important role in actually giving energy to us throughout every hour of the day. And I will give you a framework that how actually our body works. If we actually think about the life cycle or the daily cycle of ourselves, and if we compare it with that of a phone, if you recharge a phone to 100% and then if you continue using it, then at one stage its battery will come to an end. It will be almost 0%, or then it will die, right?
Yes, sure, sure.
And then before using that, we will need to recharge it again. And if you recharge your phone in an uninterrupted way, that means while you are recharging, you are not using it, you are not playing games, then chances are that that phone will get full charged within a short period of time, and also the charge will last longer. But if there are some kind of interruptions, and if you do not charge the phone in a proper way, then your actually screen on time will also suffer. And the same thing can be compared with the human and their sleep. So our sleep is the time that we take to recharge ourselves after a long hectic day. Actually, we are almost to the bottom level of our energy. That is the low power mode. That means after at before we sleep, we go to sleep. We are now essentially in our low power mode, and then we need to connect. And in the next morning, actually, we hope that we have recharged ourselves to 100%, and then we will need to use our energy, and we will have 100% to begin with if we have a good night's sleep. But if our sleep suffer, then we will never be able to start with 100%. And that will be a great loss, or actually a great drawback to start with. Because if you do not start with 100%, then chances are that you will feel less energetic, or your battery will die sooner than later. Okay.
Okay, thanks for your suggestion about the sleep. So I have a question about this sleep. So the doctor says that 6 or 8 hours sleeps a day is good for our health. So is it at a stretch that 6 hours sleep, or that 3 hours sleep at night and 2 hours at the noon? Okay, and another option is 4 hours at the night and 3 hours in the noon. Is it same beneficial to our health, or
No, no, man. Actually, this is very important because we think that the quantity matters. But in case of sleep, quality is more important than quantity. Okay, so actually we will discuss about it further into a future episode. But in order to keep this episode short and actually easy to understand, let's just make it simple, keep it simple. So, actually, when you for sleep at a stretch for 6 hours, then you complete almost four of the sleep cycles. Normally, each sleep cycle lasts for about 1 to 1.5 hours, and there is a part of the sleep called deep sleep, which is actually the stage of the sleep where we recharge the most. Okay, when our brains actually recharge and they rejuvenate, they regain energy, and this energy is meant to be used the next day. So whenever you are sleeping for 4 hours in the night, that means you are getting at most 2 to 3 sleep cycles,
yes,
complete
obviously,
sleep cycles.
yes.
And if you do not recharge yourself completely, then you start with either 60 or 70% of energy the next morning. So it is very important to have at least 6 hours of non-interrupted, I mean uninterrupted sleep every night. And if it is actually, and it can be actually shifted from 6 to 8 hours, and you can experiment with this to find your sweet spot, that which is perfect for you. And also, a very important thing for a regular and healthy sleep schedule is that you need to be regular. So you need to go to bed every day at the same hour, and you need to wake up every day at the same hour. So no matter if it is 6 hours or 7 hours or 8 hours, you have to maintain a healthy schedule, that you should be going to bed at around 10, and then you will be actually waking up at 5 or 6. So that will make it a 7 or 8 hour schedule, and you have to stick it to religiously every day. So I told you that what happens during sleep is that our brain, we are using our brain throughout the day,
Uh,
and
yes,
lots of,
obviously.
yes, and the glucose, that is the primary fuel of our brain, that is being used up, and also the neurotransmitters, which are the chemicals that our brain uses to transmit neural signals, those are also depleted. And during our sleep, our brain again recharges the glucose and also regenerates the neurotransmitters, and also the primary user of energy, that is our muscles. So our muscles also deplete their glucose and glycogen store, and they also actually recharge themselves. And if we have a good night's sleep with actually considerable deep sleep, then in the next morning we are going to start our day with a very functional and active brain, and also our skeletal muscles, which will be ready to take on any amount of workload that you throw at it.
No,
So
okay,
we are going.
Shakir. Okay, Shakir.
Yes.
So our listeners, so Shakir is discussing about how to be energetic. So he actually talks about the sleep, diet, and exercising movement. So first and important thing is, if you wanna be energetic, you must have a good sleep. Okay, Shakir, thank you. So
Yes.
Shakir, if funny
You're
question
welcome.
that like as me, a lazy person that who doesn't work all the day. So am I need the sleep of 6 or 7 hours, or that less than the normal person? Did you get my funny question?
Actually, can you say that again, please?
Okay, okay, okay. Actually, like like me, that some lazy persons do not do any physical work or any mental
Yes,
work
yes.
whole the day.
No,
So,
actually, actually, I got your question and I have that answer for you.
oh, yes, sure, go ahead.
The question is that it is like our body can be compared to a phone. Okay. For example, if you consider what is the component that is using most of the power in a phone, it is the display, obviously, right?
Yes,
So as long as the screen is on and there are some contents going on, actually the screen is on or the screen is bright. So it will keep using energy no matter whatever you do. If you play actually games or do some energy intensive tasks, some actually stream videos, then it will actually drain the battery faster. And if you just like read books or do some less energy intensive tasks, then it will drain slower. But still, the rate will be very fast compared to switching the screen off, right?
Yes.
So our body also has this thing that the main energy draining component of our work is BMR, that is basal metabolic rate. So this basal metabolic rate almost consists of 66% of, that means two-third of our energy, that whatever we eat, our body uses two-third of it just to maintain the screen on, okay, just to stay alive. And there are many things that are happening without us knowing. So those things actually take a lot of energy. So for an idle person, a lazy person, his body is still using energy. And unless you have a deep sleep, the other parts of your sleep, the light sleep and also the REM sleep, those are also using your energy. That means you are basically awake. Okay, and you are, instead of recharging, you are still using, like you are playing games while recharging. Okay.
Okay, great example, Shakir. Actually, I learned a lot of things from you. Thanks for the sleep issue.
Yes, that's a pleasure, man.
So the next thing you mentioned earlier, that the diet issue. Okay. So
Yes.
please, how diet can be keep us energetic? Okay. If you explain, it will be great help for our listeners. So please go
Yes,
ahead.
sure. Actually, I will want our audience that please, guys, keep an open mind. And actually, getting energy throughout the day, it does not take you that much actually energy or resources, not even money. It is not that much expensive because getting a good night's sleep, it is absolutely free of cost.
Yes.
All you need is your determination and your willingness to be well. Okay. And the three components that I said, that are the sleep, diet, and exercise, these actually make a virtuous cycle. That means these three are very closely and tightly integrated with one another. And if you actually can manage them actually tightly, and if you can stick with them regularly, then you will have energy. But if actually any one part breaks down, then chances are that actually you will not feel that much of difference. So let me actually give you an idea that how our body works 24/7. Okay. So it all starts with a great night's sleep. So let's imagine that our body is in the low power mode and we have reached the bottom of the battery, and now it's time to recharge. So, and let's actually think about the vicious cycle, actually the virtuous cycle. That let's think that everything goes well and according to plan. So I will give you a 24 hours outline that how we should actually deal with our body to get an energetic 24 hours. So at first we will start from the bottom, and let's actually take a bottom up approach. So we are going to our bed with a very low level of energy. And then when we complete 6 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep, then our body recharges itself, our brain is ready, our muscles are ready, and we reach 100%. But if you actually think that without drinking water for 4 to 5 hours, you feel thirsty and you might even murder a person for water. Okay, yes, that is very important. But during your sleep, you are sleeping for 6 to 8 hours, but you are not drinking any drop of water. Okay, so what happens? Your body is dehydrated, and you don't even know about it. And for most of us, the first thing that we do is actually to minus some water in the morning, right?
Yes.
Yes, we just throw out some water. So that means we are not taking any water, but still our body is producing urine and we are going to throw that out. So what happens is that our body becomes dehydrated. And water is the most important fuel for our body. All the bodily activities, all the metabolic activities require water. So if you drink water the first thing in the morning, at least one glass, ranging from 1 to 4 glasses, then what you do is that you put fuel in your engine the first thing in the morning, so that your engine or your body has the right amount of energy already, and then you are actually putting in water, so which will maintain the cooling system, and also which will actually be able to, which will make you able to use the fuel that you have just recharged, okay, or that you have refilled. So if you drink water, that means you're ready for your body to work. And then our body or our brain is not awake just right after we wake up from the sleep. Okay. So our blood flow, it was slow the whole night. And so that is why I think that starting with some sort of moderate exercise is a great way to start your day. And when you actually drink water, and after that if you do some kind of moderate intensity exercise, for example walking outside, or actually doing a few laps, cycling, so these things, and even just stretching for 10 seconds, this will also actually improve your basal metabolic rate. That means you will be spending more energy, and this spending more energy is good because this will actually make your energy available to you. Because if there is one part of your fuel which is actually locked up and you cannot access that, that will be no use, right? Maybe you have slept the whole night and you had a good night's sleep, but you are not using the energy that you just restored, so that is of no use. So you have to make your body, and you have to let your body know that yes, you are going to use that energy. So starting with 10 to 15 minutes of activity will set your body up that you are going to use your energy.
Okay.
Then, and actually you don't need to eat something right away. Only drinking water for the first 2 hours will be enough. So you have to, because that will help to use the stored fats in your body, okay, and the stored glycogen, and this will also help to maintain a healthy body weight, because we need to burn some of the calories that we store or that we eat every day. And the first thing in the morning or the early morning is a great time to burn the excess calories. So if you actually take some form of exercise the first thing in the morning for 10 to 15 minutes, it will set you up. Then after 2 hours, so you can do anything in these 2 hours. You can study, you can do whatever you like. And I suggest that keeping the most important thing of your day at the start of the morning or at the start of the day. No problem if you are night owl, or no problem if you are an early bird. But whenever you start your day, start it with the most important thing. And then after around 2 or 2.5 hours, you should start your breakfast. You should have your breakfast. And actually, how to have a healthy breakfast, it demands a special episode, and we will have a special episode dedicated to this thing, inshallah.
Inshallah.
But whatever your breakfast may be, do not forget to have breakfast and never skip breakfast. It is important. Okay. So once you have your breakfast, that means you are ready. Your brains were already actually working. Your muscle were already working, and your heart already pumped up after that 15 minutes of exercise. And you have spent some of the fats that you have stored the previous day. And now your actually body wants more energy, like more sources of fuel to use on. So you are giving it the fuel. And there is something that there is something called SDA, specific dietary action, which means that the fuel or the food that we eat, in order to make it usable, we need to spend some energy. For example, eating and digesting that food, it also takes some energy. So there's a possibility that you will feel energy dip. That means you will feel like some sort of sugar crush, that we say, that especially if your breakfast is more carbohydrate rich, refined carbohydrates, so you will feel a sugar crush. And even if it is not, still to digest the fat and protein that you have eaten, it will take energy. So right after around 30 minutes of breakfast, you might feel a little sugar crush or energy crash. So what you can do is that after your breakfast, you can have a refreshing cup of tea or coffee. So this will help you to dampen that sugar crush. Okay. So you will not feel that sugar crush that much. And after 30 minutes, you will be again ready and waiting to actually go through the next part of your day with lots of energy. So you will have more energy, and then actually you can go for 2 or 3 more hours working on your project. Okay. Then it is better to have some sort of snack, and you can have one fresh fruit or some kind of cookies for a snack. And
How time? Okay, okay. I just will interrupt. Before that, I want to summarize. Okay, so
yes, yes,
so after waking up, the first task is drinking two
drinking
glass.
water.
Yes, drinking 2 or 3 glasses of water. Then
Yes,
then do some kind of exercise. It
yes,
might be 10 seconds of stretching or
yes,
walking, or you can do a hit. Okay.
yes,
We'll discuss about the heat in any upcoming episodes. Okay,
yes,
after the 2 or 3 after the 2 hours, or we should take our breakfast. Okay, after taking the breakfast for digesting those foods, we need some energy, so we feel some energy crush or sugar crush. So after taking the breakfast, we can also take a cup or tea. So this
yes,
is the package, that how we can start. Okay, a very energetic start. Okay,
yes, yes.
it
This is
must be
the
energetic stick start. It will give you energy for the 3 or 4 hours. uh, in that period of time, Shakir, our guest, told us to taking some snack, or a fruit. Yes.
yes, yes,
So my question is, uh, what will be the time gap before the taking the breakfast and the snack?
yes. It will be at least 2 hours and 3 hours or 3.5 hours at most. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay. Go ahead.
Because
Then.
yes. So we have, for example, if you woke up at 6, so
Yes.
it has been already 5 hours because you didn't have anything for the first 2 hours. Then you had breakfast, and then after 3 hours you had a snack. So it has been almost 5 hours, or it might be 6 hours even. So it is almost 11 o'clock in the morning, and chances are that if you are just starting out, you might feel a bit tired. So if you have any plan on taking a nap in your day, this is the right time to do it. Okay. So if you because if you do it in the later part of the day, then it will hamper the night sleep, because our sleep works in such a way that actually the sleep pressure, it is being built up every minute. So, and it can be also compared to that of the phone battery. So if you actually plug your phone in the middle of the day, then it will also recharge, right? And at the end of the day, you will still have some energy left, which will actually cause some problems during your sleep. So it is better not to take a nap in the 8 hours before your sleep. Okay, 6 to 8 hours before your sleep. So if you really need a nap, then you can take a nap of 30 minutes to 1 hour at around 11 or 12 p.m. or after 5 to 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours after waking up. Okay, and then after that nap, you will feel refreshed, and even if you do not take that nap, it will not affect you that much. So you will have lunch afterwards, after the snack that you have just taken, around 11 or 11:30, or right after or after 5 to 6 hours from waking up. Then after that snack, you will have your lunch 2 or 3 hours later. That means around 1 or 2 p.m. So when we so for most of us, lunch is the biggest meal of the day. So it will have also the biggest amount of SDA. So you will feel the biggest amount of sugar crush after lunch. So it is better to keep the time after lunch actually free. That you should not work some intensive tasks after lunch. You can actually keep that time for relaxing, or you can also do some kind of like light work, social work, okay, which actually demands, because when
Reading.
we eat, yeah, yes, when we eat some food, then we go into rest and digest mode. Okay, we need to digest that, and that is a good time to rest. Our body goes to rest and digest mode. So after having lunch, you can take a break for 1 hour, and actually you can do something that you like your hobbies, or also you can talk with someone. You can spend some social hours. It is before the afternoon, and then if you want to do something in the afternoon, then start it after 1 or 1.5 hour after lunch. Okay, so you will already have that energy, and after 1.5 hours, you can start with some kind of light activity. It does not need that you need to be go out and running. You can just actually start with some sort of stretching, like moving your body a bit, and then actually whenever we move our body, we can actually use this thing. We can move our body throughout all the hours of the day, and whenever we move our body, our brain gets more blood supply. Our heart pumps blood at a faster pace, and all the part of our body gets more blood supply. And actually, that nutrients and foods are supplied through blood to every part of our body. So the fuel supply of our body increases, and we have more energy available to use. Okay, just after 10 seconds of activity, it starts just after 10 seconds. So this is very important to move throughout your day. Okay, to have movements. Then we are at the afternoon. So at the afternoon, you will do something, do your activities, whatever you like. And it is better to keep some sort of like light activities or social activities which do not demand that much of attention. Okay, you have to complete your most important task in the morning. It is better to actually be more productive by working in the morning. Okay, so the next thing is that having a productive afternoon. So you can use your afternoon in this way, in some actually low intensity tasks, and then you should have a snack after 4 to 5 hours after your meal. So that makes it around 6 p.m. in the evening. So you can have a snack, some sort of cookies or fruits and nuts. Also, it might be a fresh seasonal fruit. So it will be a snack, and it will give you energy. And you can also couple a cup of tea or coffee, though it is not advised to have strong coffee. So it is better to have tea, because coffee might interfere with your sleep. So it varies from person to person. That for some people, caffeine helps them to get a good night's sleep, and for some others, actually it hampers the sleep. So it is a debatable opinion, and we will talk about it more on future episodes. But to keep things safe, it is better to avoid coffee and just stay with tea, plain tea. It might be black tea or green tea, whatever you like. Have that tea in the evening, and it will give you energy, and it will make you refreshed to reach up to your actually bed. Okay, and the next thing will be dinner. And before dinner, from 6, you should have your dinner preferably before, at least 2 to 3 hours before your
Sleep.
bedtime.
Okay.
Yes, because if you have dinner and then you go to sleep, still you are actually keeping your body some energy to spend, and which will hamper with your sleep quality. So if you have your dinner at least 3 hours before bedtime, then you are giving your body time to digest that food, and then you will have a good night's sleep, inshallah. And in the evening, you can also do whatever you like. It might be your entertainment moment, or also you can work if you like. You can use your afternoon and evening in such a way that you also get some moment to actually energize yourself, like enjoy yourself, and also to get the works done. If you have any work left, then you can also use this time to get it done. And you have to go to bed around your actually designated time that you have selected for you, and you have to go to bed at that time every day. So, if I recap, let
Yes,
me give you a
please.
roundup of what I have told you. Is that you have to wake up at the same time every day, and if you get a good night's sleep, 6 to 8 hours uninterrupted sleep, your body will be ready to work. Okay, then you will need to drink at least 2 to 3 glasses of water, and this will help your body to rehydrate itself, and your body will be able to use the energy that you have stored overnight. And our body does not require calories the first thing in the morning from outside sources. We can burn the calorie which is already stored inside our body, and for the first 2 hours we need not to take anything, or we don't need any sort of food, just plain water. And after 2 hours from waking up, we can have breakfast, and after drinking that water, we can make some movements, okay, some exercises. It might be moderate or it may be light, no problem, but moving will help your body to actually work harder. Then we will have breakfast 2 hours after waking up, and we will have a cup of coffee with that breakfast so that we can prevent that energy crash. And then after breakfast, after having breakfast, after 3 hours or 2 hours, we can have a mid morning snack, which will give us more energy to continue our work. And after having that snack, 1 or 2 hours later, if we need to take a nap, then we should take a nap at this time. Or if
Okay,
you want
okay,
to work,
Shakir, I want to added something
yes, sure.
that our Prophet Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam slept a bit after the noon prayer. Okay,
Yes, yes.
and it's called Kailula. Okay, but Shakir, you know that our audiences are divided into 2 or 3 parts. The most of them are students or the workers, means employees.
Yes,
So in a office or in a school college, is is it tough? The taking
yes,
a nap. So
yes, it is tough.
what will
So in
be
that
the
case,
suggestion of you from them?
yes. So if an student or if an employee even gets some time to take off and just keep sitting in a calm position, closing his eyes, that will also work. That will be also,
Like as me.
yes, yes. So that will be also useful, and it is not a problem if you do not get that opportunity to take a nap, because this is not that much important. But if you feel tired that you have already worked a lot, then you can take a nap, short nap, to make yourself actually revitalized again. But for many people it is not necessary,
But
so it
Shakir,
is not.
Shakir, actually we wake up. If we wake up at 6 a.m., so
Yeah.
now it's 1 p.m. Actually, talking about 1 p.m.
Yes,
7
12 to
hours.
1 p.m. Yes, 12
Yes,
p.m. to 1
yes,
p.m. Yes.
yes. 7 hours have already gone.
Yes.
So it's very obvious that people are feeling sleepy.
Yes. So if they feel sleepy, then it is advised to take a nap at this moment, because after, if we actually take a nap after lunch, then chances are that that nap will be a prolonged one, 2 to 3 hours,
Yes,
and
sure.
it will hamper the night's sleep. So this is important. So I was yes,
Shakir, so a suggestion to the audience that the after the Johor prayer and before the taking lunch, you can
yes,
take a power nap. If you have not if you have no opportunity to taking a power nap, you just keep calm in your
yes,
seat. Okay, and doesn't think about any other thing, on you know that keep away yourself from the smartphones, so it
Yes,
will help you to be getting back your energies. Okay.
yes, yes, that's important.
Okay, Shakir. Then you told about the after this power nap at the last time. Then you told about the snack at the afternoon. Yes, am I right?
Yes, snack at the afternoon, and you can do any work that you want, and preferably like low intensity task, because after lunch you are going to have an energy crash. So in that case, you should still use that hour, but you should invest it in some kind of low energy tasks. Okay.
Okay, okay. Uh,
So
so Shakir, in this period of time, can tea help us to um,
yes,
even energy crash?
yes, tea can help us, but in our culture, we are not habituated to have tea or something like this with our lunch. So that is why I didn't say that.
Yes, 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 Shakir, you are right, man. Okay. So you told
Okay,
about
and
in okay, okay, okay.
let's
It
finish our recapitulating. Okay.
yes, 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 yes. Please go ahead.
Okay, so after lunch, you will have your evening snack at around 6, or after actually 3 to 4 hours after lunch. Okay, because our lunch will take 3 to 4 hours for digesting, and then we will be again craving some sort of food, and we can have our evening snack. And after having that evening snack, after right after 2 hours, we will need to have our dinner, and we it is better to keep our dinner light to have a good night's sleep, and also to avoid like high SDA foods. That means the foods which take more energy to for digestion. For example, more protein and fats. So we need to cut the amount of protein and fats short in our dinner, and then we will have already depleted our energy stored throughout the day, because it was a long day and it was a very productive day. And then you have reached the bottom of your battery, and it is time again to recharge. So if we actually divide everything that I said into three things, the first is a good night's sleep. So we had an uninterrupted 6 to 8 hours sleep at the night, and if we need it, then we can have a power nap right after praying Johor, okay, or at around 12 to 1 p.m. And then about the diet. So we had 5 meals throughout the day. That is the breakfast. And actually, the first thing in the morning, the water. Drinking water is also very important. So that should not be forgotten. So at first, drinking water right after waking up. Breakfast after 2 hours of waking up. Then having the mid-morning snacks, 3 hours or 2 hours after breakfast, and then having lunch 2 to 3 hours after the mid-morning snack, then having the evening snack 3 to 4 hours after the lunch, and then the dinner 2 hours after the evening meal. Okay, so this will actually help you to always maintain always a steady flow of energy throughout your day, because we need food to survive and give us energy. And then in exercise, I think that I talked the least about exercise today. And all of us, we want to work out, we want to do exercise, but somehow we end up not doing it. So
Yes,
I will keep it simple, I will keep it short, and I will keep it easy. That how can we actually add exercise to our days? We think that for exercising, we need to go to the gym, we need to go out on the bike, or we need to go out and run. We need to have running shoes, we need to have gym clothes,
yes.
and many things.
I think that
Yes, but exercising is not that hard. Don't make it hard on you, because it is really easy. Because, even standing, you might be reading, okay, or you might be working on a desk. So if you do that while remaining standing, it is also one form of exercise. It
sure.
takes almost 50% more energy to do something while standing rather than sitting. Okay, so even if you do not get the time to do exercise, you can actually spend much of your day standing. That will be also a form of exercise. And then every hour, whenever you are actually going for breakfast, going for any meal, okay, then before having that meal, you can do 10 to 15 seconds of stretching, okay. And if you get some time, you can do burpees. Those are very important or very productive or effective hits, high intensity interval trainings. So even if you are starting, don't be afraid to actually keep standing rather than sitting. And then you can take it one level higher, that you can do some stretching, and then you can do some hits for 1 minute or 2 minutes. And then if you feel like it, you can take a walk, you can do some laps on your bicycle, and you can actually increase the amount of exercise. And this helps your body by increasing the blood flow. So I think that this is the summary of having an energetic day 24/7
Thank you,
from my
Shakir.
part.
Thank you, Shakir. Actually, we took already 45 minutes from our audiences. So,
Yes.
so our listeners, thanks for your time, and please subscribe our channel and leave your valuable comments or
Yes. If you
reviews.
have any questions or any clarifications, if you need one, then please mention that in the comments. And we are very much actually tending
Welcome.
and
Yes,
to
yes.
our, yes, we are very much actually affectionate to our readers and audience. So we will try our best to reach out to you as soon as we can.
And and the audiences, we will give some sources of how you can hit, how you can burpees or something like that in our
Yes.
description box. So that's for today. Okay,
Yes.
let's.
Have a good day and have an energetic day.
Okay, Shakir.
Thank you, everyone.
After talking with you, I am feeling so much energetic. Okay.
Yes, man. So am I.
Assalamu alaikum. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Okay. Walaikum assalam. And good day to you all. And thank you, Mr. Atik, for having me. Assalamu alaikum.